Hi all. A few days ago, I posted a lamp I had made, mostly from carbide crate. But one of the tricks I used was using tapered leg that starts at 2.5 inches and tapers down to the very point, down to 1 inch. And these are modular legs, so there's two pieces at the top that sort of clamp the top piece and then clamp the top piece of the lower part of the leg. And so one of the hard things about this was trying to get the center hole perfectly aligned and to make sure that we have the continuous taper all the way down. So I was going to show you the trick I used within Carbide Crate to do this. So let's start by drawing a circle. And I know that I want the top end of my uh, leg to be 2.5 inches, so we'll just start with an arbitrary circle. We'll go right into scale, and we're going to say that this is going to be 2.5, and say apply. And now we have a 2.5 inch circle. Um, we also know that I wanted the top leg to be about 24 inches and the bottom leg to be 26 inches. So I'll show you how we did that. But I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to make this one 2 inches. Okay. And so now effectively we have uh, our taper set up 2.5 down to 2 inches. And so I know that I want it to be, again, we'll make this one 24 inches. So we're going to just start by drawing a construction line, is what I call them. And let's change the scale of this, and let's make this 24 inches. It doesn't matter for this particular effort. And so what I want to do is I want to put the center of one side of my taper there, and the center of my other side of the taper there. And now I have my dimension on center. Uh, the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I have my 1/4 inch hole. And so let's just draw any sort of circle again, and we'll make this 0.26 just so we can use our 1/4 inch bit, our 1/4 inch end mill. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this by the middle, if I can, and I'm going to come over here and plunk this right in the center. And I copy this, and I'm going to come over here, yada yada, zoom back in again. Okay, there. Now I know that I have my two center holes perfectly in the middle here. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to actually draw the sides of this leg to get it to taper. And so I'm going to go back into my line tool, and what I want to do is draw a box. And I found that if you zoom out and then you zoom back in where your mouse is, it will recenter. So if I zoom way out, of course it's not going to work, and then I zoom in over here, it's going to sort of center around my mouse. And I didn't get it quite on there. Okay, I'll say done for now. And we're just going to click this to make sure that this is a continuous box. Okay, and so now we have our tapered leg. And so what I can do here is say that, and that. I don't really care about that construction line for now. We're going to make a Boolean operation, and boom. Now we have our leg. And what we can do now is sort of group these guys together so we don't lose them. And so part of the trick of my lamp leg was that I think I did it about 5 or 6 inches up. Again, we could make another line that measured 5 or 6 inches up, but just for expediency's sake, what I can do here is drag this up. And I also know that in my my lamp design rather, further down there's another plate that gets sandwiched between the two top layer legs. You'll see in the picture in the end of what we've got. So that was one side of the top of the leg, and then the other thing that I did, the other leg that I made, I started with a 2-inch circle, and let me make this go up to 2. Say apply, and then this one I made it down to 1 inch. So there's a very, very, very fine taper. And then if that's 24 inches, I wanted a 26-inch lower leg. So I'm just going to draw a line. I'm going to say scale, and we're going to go up to 26 inches. Boom. And then we're going to take this node and make sure that we're centered right on the end. And we're going to take, what I want to do is grab this circle and drop it there. And since we're just a little bit off the sheet good, we're going to zoom out again. And once again, we're going to draw the box. Boom, boom. Zoom in over here, hit this line, go up to this quadrant, zoom out, come over here. And that time it joined completely by itself, which is good. And I did the holes earlier, just however, but now just to make sure that we've got a center, here, let's do this. We're going to draw a little shape here, and we're going to take this away, because that is the distance between the two center marks of this hole, or the two center marks of those holes for that top leg. And now we have this fine-tuned so that we can put 2 circles there. But let's join up our leg here. So I want that, that, and that, and I want that to be 1 unit. And then grab this thing, and I know that that was the end of our center mark. And again, I want the same diameter. I'll grab by the center, plop it on there, grab this guy, if I can do it. Boom. Let's zoom out, come over here. Boom. Alrighty. So that's our leg. And ultimately what I wound up doing was just duplicating this entire thing, join it up. Boom. And so that's one leg for one side of the lamp. So I hope that helps somebody figure out how to do the tapers that I did. And I'll add some pictures at the tail end of this video so you can see how the final product worked out. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. So here it is, fresh off the CNC. I'm doing a test dry fit here. You can see how it gets sandwiched. And you can see how gradual it is from the 2.5 inches down to the 2 inches, down to the very pointed 1 inch at the bottom there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hope that helped somebody.